if I have to tell myself or advise myself, then just keep going. It's always the case. Keep going, and you don't have any ways to change yung mga bagay-bagay na probably nasa paligid mo o yung people na yung actions nila. You cannot change that at all. But the way you take those things and how you keep going and how will you react on that, then that's the best thing.
Hello. I know you listened to a lot of podcasts before, or maybe not. Maybe this is your first time listening to one since you saw my post on Facebook. So, a short story, I started 3 business ventures 3 months ago with a friend and my family, looking for another platform to market my businesses and at the same time to practice my hosting skills. Most important factor is I want to share the things that I'm learning in this journey to all of you. So I decided to have my own podcast. My podcast is all about authentic conversations with people from different backgrounds and status of life. And this will be about life, love, pain, hustle, dreams, and all other things because I believe that we all have one thing in common. Hopefully, we will all learn from one another. Hi, I'm Rhea, #female hustler, millennial entrepreneur, events coordinator, host, licensed financial advisor, freelancer, podcaster, and a mental health advocate. You'll know more about me through this podcast, and you're listening to Unfinished Real Life Conversations.
Hello. So we have another episode of Unfinished Real Life Conversations. And this is a very intimate, intimate episode because our guest
Oh,
for today is a woman very close to my heart. So bata pa lang ako, as in munggo pa lang kami hanggang naging toge. Alam mo yun?
mm,
Ano kaya na to? Super duper close friend and relative. And she's now living in the Netherlands. So I will allow her to introduce herself to us before kami magchikahan. So, Ate Nomel,
alright.
please tell us about yourself.
Yeah, it's a bit awkward, Rhea. But anyway, it's different when you're just talking casually and yeah, and eventually there's somebody gonna be hearing what you're talking about. But yeah, I am Nomel. I am living here in the Netherlands for 7 years, and I've been working since then, like an engineer in shipbuilding. And what else? Yeah, as Rhea mentioned, we've been really close, not just by heart, by tummy as well, by stomach.
By
Yeah,
coffee, lahat
yeah,
na.
yeah. From childhood, and we're cousins. Really, this conversation normally we do on I don't know, normal basis. Used to be normal basis, but nowadays since I'm living here in Holland, then yeah, depends on the timing. Yeah, I'd love to share if there's something that I can let's say impart for those for our listeners today. The how they call lessons of my life, aspirations, and probably motivates people. I hope so. So that's it, Rhea.
Thank you,
Maybe you
Ate.
can add more.
Well, I'll add more about our guest dun sa caption when I upload this episode. Pero, a quick, ano lang din, parang introduction from my end about this person is, she is an alpha female, if you are familiar with that kind of term, no, or personality. She's one of those women na makikita mo na you'll feel a bit intimidated kasi she
Oh,
knows a lot of things. Huwag kang pumalag dyan kasi start ko to. She knows a lot of things. Kahit ilagay mo tong babaeng to sa isang crowd ng mga lalaki, sorry, pero she will still outshine. So that's her. Right now, we'll listen about her story. So, ngayon nga, di ba ate, nasa Netherlands ka. I just want, alam ko naman na lahat tong mga chika na to, pero I want our listeners to know more and to learn more about your early hustles before you got to the Netherlands, before you've been an engineer and all. Ano yung mga early hustles mo and yung mga racket mo before, kung anik-anik ba?
Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, nung nasa Pilipinas ako, really, anyway, to clear it out, maybe there's some questions why I'm moving here in the Netherlands. So basically, I followed my heart. Easy.
Sana all.
Sana all, yes. I followed my heart. I'm married now to Leo, Dutchman. And luckily, pinag-pray naman natin yun. So, ibinigay naman ni Lord. Awa ng Diyos. So, okay, few years back, bago tayo pumunta ng Pilipinas. So I've been working then in Makati as a designer as well, and prior to that I also work in shipbuilding. But yung background ng work ko is normally in design or something to do with architectural or engineering. So ayun. So ibabalik ko lang yung time na yun nung nag-start ako. I remember when my first job ever officially is also as a designer. Nagsusupply kami ng mga office furnitures and all that. And then we have a client in Subic, Olongapo. So I started with the Hanjin. And I don't have any background with shipbuilding at all. Yun nga lang, talagang ang lakas nung calling sa akin ng company na yun. Parang meron talagang, parang, ano mo yung point na G ka, talagang hindi ko siya tinulugan. Kahit malayo, nag-apply ako, awa ng Diyos natanggap naman, and then we've been trained to be a shipbuilder, like a designer, ship designer. Then, after 2 years, moving fast forward, let's say. After 2 years, dahil doon sa environment ng lugar na yun, talagang prone kayo sa bagyo, everyday nagro-roro kayo, super drastic yung environment. It's not about work that I gave up. Also yung mga yung weekly uuwi ka sa Manila. It's really a hassle indeed. Pero in 2 years na yun, I've gained a lot of, let's say, learning sa buhay. Grabe. Patatatagin ka talaga kasi ikaw lang talaga. Although sanay naman tayo doon, pero ibang level. Kasi iba-ibang klase ng tao, pakikisama, and wala ka namang budget because you're just started up. For a certain point, as much as I love the people that I work with, I love the work, I love the, let's say, the reputation of, designer, why not, di ba? At one point, it's how do you call it? There's a point that I have to decide na bumalik na sa Manila. So there's something, it's always something in me that I'm not scared of changes. You know, lagi akong, for example, lagi kang, pag meron kang papasukan, laging 120% yan. Pero pag labas ko, siyempre titimbang-timbangin mo, iwe-weigh mo, ganyan. Anong mga nagigain mo, ano. Hindi ka naman natalo sa 2 years experience-wise sa mga taong nakasama mo. Yung salary hindi ganun kalaki, pero ganun talaga, pinili mo yun. So, you better really get the most out of it. Lagi akong ganun, hindi ka talunan in a way. Lagi kami makukuha. At one point, I decided, okay, I'll go back home. Then the next that Saturday and the next Monday, I'm back to my old office. So you see, yung transition, mabilis lagi. Fast, change. But ang importante dun kasi is, you know yourself. Yung lahat ng nakapaligid sa'yo, variable yun eh. Pero ikaw, kung yung core mo, yung ngayon, di ba meron nga akong post kahapon. Tapos talagang super refreshing yung activity. But it's something else. Ayun. So, balik ako ng Pasig, then to Makati, I even applied for, ano ba tawag dito? ADB, na tanggap na ako. That's in Ortigas. I have no idea what ADB, kung gaano kalaking kumpanya yung international na. I have no idea really. Tapos yung kaibigan ko na na kaibigan ko rin na I used to work with the old company sa Pasig. They keep on messaging me, "Oh, try in our company. Nag-iintay na sila sa'yo," ganyan. So, out of, okay, pagbigyan ko na, pinuntahan ko Makati. And then during the interview, sabi ni boss, "Oh, can you start tomorrow?" Ako parang tanong, "Sir, are you not gonna be asking me any requirements? If you wanted to, then it's okay."
Agad-agad.
Sabi ko, "Saglit lang." So, talagang, oh my God. Sabi ko, "How will I gonna decide?" I have really no idea of ADB, but little by little, I'm getting, because during that time, wala naman kaming masyadong internet pa, hindi ka pa ganun ka, ngayon sa mga information. Yung mga sali-salita lang ng mga Then, yeah, at one point, nag-stick ako dun sa Makati for I don't know for what reason. Parang sabi ko sa'yo, merong puwersa, eh. Kaya nga sabi ko, yung mga puwersa na yung variables yun, eh, you have to really be, say, extra sensitive. So sometimes you don't know the reason why things keeping you in a certain place or for certain reason, hindi mo alam, pero ang lakas ng power. So, you just have to deal with it and let's see. Kilala mo yung sarili mo, alam mo yung capabilities mo. If it turns out na it's a fail, then it's a fail. Still, you have like, okay, next. So, ganun lagi kasi yung attitude ko. I don't really linger dun sa yung tapos na. Parang, come on, move up. And like, of course, nalulungkot ka kasama sa proseso yun. And maybe it's because of the upbringing as well. You're not the melodramatic na at one point I got into, I don't know if it's really depression, because way back then the the idea of depression is it's not as yung
Hindi
awareness
pa
ngayon iba
talaga
na.
siya,
Parang
pinag-uusapan
dati
din.
part of pagkatao lang, parang part of
True.
yung pagtanda, pag-adult, parang ganun. So, I think, I don't know, it's just a different topic to discuss. But anyway, so from shipbuilding, designing, 3 companies, back and forth, let's say. Uh, of course, meron din mga love life on the side, kasama yan, kailangan para medyo kasama sa boosting ng
Hindi ako makarelate.
kasama sa boosting ng self-esteem. At least naman you feel love, di ba? May gumugusto naman sa'yo kahit pa paano. Hindi naman ibig sabihin na boyfriend, asawa, na kumbaga yun kasama sa enhancement mo yun, development mo, pagkilala
Date
mo sa
lang.
ibang tao. But, yung nga, medyo umiidad na rin ako noon. Alam mo yan. Umiidad na rin ako yan. Meron na rin mga kwentong ka-dramahan at yan. Hindi mo alam. Pero, yun nga. Again, even sa pagdating sa love life, masasaktan ka. Akala mo yun na, hindi pa pala. So, move on again. And then, yeah. At one
So,
point,
kasama yun, no? Sa lahat ng hustle. Hindi lang hustle na work, pero hustle na relationship.
Yeah, but I really can tell nung during nung time na yun, yun pa rin yung time na wala pa rin naman akong kakayahan na alam mo yun, na mag-isip ng ibang tao. Gets mo? Kasi you're still knowing yourself, eh. Kaya sa totoo lang,
Totoo yan.
you're still establishing yourself. Yung iba kasi, maswerte talaga nakakakilala talaga ng the one sa maagang panahon. Kasi kanya-kanyang timing naman, yung wala lamang talagang nilagay na, hey, when you're 25 years old, dapat ganito. When you're 30, dapat ganito. No, kanya-kanyang timing yan. Hindi mo masasabi na yung sa'yo ay para sa kanila rin. Magkakaiba yun. You have to understand na wala talagang parehas. Kanya-kanya ng Even sabihin mo yung kwento, kunyari, magkakaparehas, pero iba-iba kasi ng personality yung nag-handle nun. So, probably sa akin, magaang sa kanila, hindi. O sa akin, big deal. Pagdating sa kanila, chill lang sila. So, you really cannot put yourself on some other shoes. Tama ba yun? You just have to really i-accept na magkakaiba talaga kayo. Just have to understand na, okay. So, and you have to accept na may, at a certain level, may intindihan mo sila, pero not to a full level. Grabe, paano lumalabas sa bibig ko to?
Dahil lang sa podcast ko, meron
Dahil sa
may
podcast.
may
But I really
something.
love to talk. I really love to talk. This is something that
Kaya nga, naisip ko talaga i-guess dito. Now, after all the years of hustle, relationship, personal growth, career, yung transition naman, going to the Netherlands. So,
going to the Netherlands.
ano yung feeling? Ano mga naisip mo? Your fears and all? Tell us more.
Okay. This is a nice story. It's a continuation. That's why I'm giving you the background. Kasi meron talaga, makikita mo yung connect. So moving here, totally back to zero. Really. Pero yung pagdidesisyon na mag-aasawa na ako, lilipat ako, which is I feel naman na kahit pa paano established naman ako career-wise, personal life-wise in the Philippines, na parang okay naman na ako eh. Surviving and ramdam ko na I have bright future naman sa Pilipinas, pero I followed my heart nga, sabi ko. So, after a failed relationship, ngaw-ngaw pa ako noon, iyak-iyak, and then, yeah, why not? Alam mo nga, wala, I'm old enough, ilang taon na ba ako na? Mga 30 years old? I did try online dating. Sabi ko sa'yo, di ba? Sabi ko sa'yo, tawag dito, very vulnerable. Masyado kang, parang nilagay mo yung sarili mo sa lion cage, parang gano'n. Pero you have to be, parang alam mo yung kilala mo yung sarili mo. You know how to take people seriously, and you know who's na talagang bastos lang, meron talagang mga ganun. So you have to be careful as well. And be wise, and at the same time, you really have to see yung character ng tao. Hindi fully, pero you really, sabi mo na judgmental. Sometimes you have to be judgmental. A little bit of being a judgment. Kasi to protect yourself as well. And then yung nga, moving on, nung makilala ko yung si Leo, ayun na, ramdam mo na ramdam mo na siya. Kasi iba eh, yung mga past relationship, ang dami mong ifs, but, paano kapag ganito, paano pa ganyan. Sa kanya, merong puwersa na lahat umalay. Yung first out of country na flight ko, Europe agad. Na medyo kinakabahan pa ako. Local lang ako eh. Domestic lang ang tag ng lola mo eh kapag may mga project sa Pilipinas eh. Tapos yung first out of the country ko na gano'n, Europe agad, ha? And prior to that, I went here for holidays. So just to feel, yun na yung part of the process. Kasi nung lumipat, nung nag-vacation ako dito for the first time, holiday. So ibang-iba kasi yung holiday niya sa atin. Christmas holidays. Pagdating ko dito, hala, very gray, very gloomy, umuulan, malamig, walang kaingayan, alam mo yun? Sabi ko, hala, kaya ko kaya to? I really ask myself, kaya ko ba to? Kasi baka mamaya, hindi, ano yun, sa idea na, sige, basta na lang. Alam mo yun? Talaga nakatingin ako sa malayo, ako, kaya ko ba to? Kasi nararamdaman ko na yung malulungkot ako in a way. Sabi ko, kapag di ko naman ginawa to, what will I miss? Parang ganun. So, timbang-timbang na naman. And tapos nung umuwi ako, ramdam ko na kalahati ng puso ko na naiwan na. Umaga parang you'll never feel complete. Parang ganyan. Totoo. Tapos yun nga. So, decided na take exam. Nag-aral ako ng Dutch, na basic Dutch sa Pilipinas. At the same time, I'm still doing my day job. So, yun na, tuloy-tuloy na yun. Tapos the following, after 6 months, I'm back for good here in the Netherlands. Then, 3 months after, yun yung struggle, yung 3 months na pagdating ko dito. Siyempre, yung mga first month, ano pa yun, excited pa kayo eh. Then the next 3 months, yun yung kailangan mo lang gumalaw-galaw kasi meron pang pamilya na nakanganga, alam mo yun? Kailangan mong inaasahan ka in a way na it's not an obligation, pero yun na yun eh. Kumbaga, given na yun. So, nag-alat ako ng budget until December because I wanna give myself na 6 months to reorient yung sarili ko. Adapt. Hindi pa yung fully sabihin mong adjustment ha. Because up to now, I'm adjusting. It's a different kind of adjustment, let's say. Kasi dito ko naramdaman ng pagpunta ko dito, wala, feeling importante ako sa Pilipinas. Pagdating dito, wala akong trabaho, parang ganyan. So it's not about being the married, yung married life, hindi eh. Kumbaga kasi kailangan i-reestablish ko yung sarili ko para maging re-establish not in a career part, hindi lang yung, kumbaga, yung kabuuan mo. Kasi back to zero ka talaga. Parang nag-tumbling ka, taob ka. 3 months na yun, nakikita ko na ubos na yung budget. Sabi ko, Diyos ko, hindi na yata aabot. Apply ako ng apply every day, online. And then, syempre, yung struggle pa na you don't speak their language. Even sabi ko, kahit nga maglinis ako ng CR, ng may CR, sabi ko, baka naman masisante ako ng bonggang-bongga agad-agad kasi hindi naman natin yun. Gagawin mo kasi kailangan mo kumita. Although, syempre, tutulong ako ng asawa mo, pero nakakahiya naman. Hindi naman tayo lumaki na independent to anybody. Parang na. Awa ng Diyos, dumating ako dito July, and then by November, apply ako na apply Ayun yung kwento na apply ako na apply. Kahit ano, basta something to do with engineering, architectural, or drafting works, ganyan. Hanggang sa may mga interview na feeling ko, ay, akin na to. Pagkatapos hindi sila tatawag, oh my God. Iiyak na ako. Umiiyak na ako kasi nahihiya na ako. Sobrang ano to parang yung idea na, ay, bakit gano'n? Parang, dapat tapos na ako sa ganito lipas na ako sa ganitong pace. Dapat nandun ka na sa establish ka na. Pero again, uulit-ulitin mo yung proseso ng application. Kasi application, it's not just about the career eh. Yung ano yung nakita nila sa'yo, tatanggapin ka nila. Diba? Pero good thing about Dutch people, they're not just gonna accept you because they like you. No. They'll really, because there are interviews na talagang swak na swak yung usapan during the interview, but they're really gonna tell you upfront na, no, sorry, you don't fit for the job. Hindi nila sasabihin sa'yo, we call you back. We call you back when? Ayaw ko typical sa atin yan, alam mo yan. Pero syempre, yun na yun. Lalo kang tumatag na accept na. May mga bagay na hindi para sa'yo. So, ibig sabihin, hindi para sa'yo, merong mas para sa'yo. Then, after all those application online, every day yan, at 10 a.m., baka nga yung mga napasahan ko na naman. Dead man na, paulit-ulit lang. Tapos, nililista ko yung isa-isa, hindi ko na alam kung hindi ko na matandaan. Paulit-ulit yung baka napasahan ko na sila, baka nakulitan na. At one point, meron akong email na natanggap. Do you wanna try doing an interview on a shipbuilding company? I said, kahit ano yan, sige, go. Interview the same date. Claim ko na, nakita ko na. Kasi yung nangyari nung interview. Ang maganda pa, malapit dito sa amin. Nilalagpas-lagpasan ko lang, hindi ako nag-a-apply doon. Nung tinawagan ako, I have the interview, yung nag-interview up to now, nare-recall niya yung usapan namin. Retired na siya. Nilatagan niya ako ng GA. GA parang is General Arrangement Plan ng barko. Then, tsaka accommodation part. Sorry to sa mga terms medyo doon ako gamay. Yung paglatag na ganyan, akin to. Kasi yun yung ginagawa ko way back doon sa shipbuilding na 2 years kong kinuha. So, ang gusto ko lang i-point out dito is yung mga bagay na ginagawa mo. There's reason for that, regardless. Iisipin mo yung 2 years na parang in-invest mo. Kasi hinahanda ka pala para sa pagkakataon na yun. So, hindi mo malalaman kung hindi mo itatry. Kung wala akong background, anong gagawin ko dito? wala akong shipbuilding background. Nga, ang lola mo. So, nung nilatag yun, ay, akin. Pero that time, wala silang available for the accommodation part. Ang sabi nila, may magre-retire in 2 years, or in 3 years, may magre-retire. So, they're thinking if they're gonna get somebody from the floor or from outside. And they asked me, do you want to start in a detail engineering first? And I said, yes, whatever. Go. Sabi ko, ayun na. Then after 6 months, we have this coffee time with the director na introduce mo yung sarili mo. And I always remember the question, always, how do you want to see yourself in 5 years? I said, I want to be here. You really have to be precise of what you want, what you like to be. Hindi ka pwedeng, sige na po, kahit ano na lang po. No, when you pray, when you wish, at may gusto ka, you really have to be particular. Hindi ka pwedeng kahit ano na lang po ang ibigay nyo. No. You really have to be precise. Up to now, even meron kami mga appraisal interview, I'm really gonna go back to that in 5 years, how I wanted to be or where I want to see myself. Kasi yung pa rin yung ano ko eh. Na-achieve naman, awa ng Diyos. So talagang nakita mo yung paano gumalaw yung puwersa. And my struggle.
Ang galing nga nung sa Hanjin, 'di ba? Parang sabi, ngayon ko lang din na-realize na kahit na pagod ka nun, na tsinaga mo, yun pala yung magiging foundation mo para dito sa work mo abroad.
Oh, yes. And sabi ko sa yung mga hindi naman sa pagdadrag, yung mga kasama ko dito, yung mga schools na pinanggalingan nila. I'm proud of URS. Hello.
Represent URS.
Oh, URS, University of morong ako Angono.
Taytay.
Pero
Taytay.
Taytay. Ay, Taytay ka pala. Sorry. Sino sa Angono? Anyway, yung mga kasama, ayun nga, ito na yung struggle. One struggle. Yung transition mo nung bagay yung parang back to zero ka na tas language barrier, tas yung ang tawag doon, culture shock. Kasi talagang ang mga
culture
Dutch
difference.
Very straightforward sila. Yung kala mo na they're not gonna say yes for the sake of yes. They're not gonna say no for the sake of no. Sasabihin na talaga nila, kung hindi. Kung talagang yes. Sa atin, pag inas tayo no boss, pakisuyo nga to. Meron kang ibang priority gagawin. Yes sir. Pati dito, yung sir and ma'am, drop it. Hindi ka sir, hindi ka ma'am. Walang, not unless yun talagang ikaw yung top ng hierarchy ng organization. Like for me, I'm seeing the director ng the pantry. How are you normal? Ganyan. I'm good. Walang sir. Kunyari ang pangalan is Wim, this and that. Parang first name basis. So, yun yung pinakagusto ko dito. Yung walang mataas sa pare-parehas lang tayong tao. We're just doing the job, not about anything. But of course, yung respect naman, kasi andon, hindi naman ibig sabihin na tinawag kang sir or ma'am. Respetado ka kaagad, hindi. But that's something that I really like about the Dutch people. And then the other thing is yung very straightforward sila. Sabi ko nga, they're not gonna say things na hindi nila met. In general, they're nice, but yung privacy nila, like for example, colleagues kayo sa work, it doesn't mean that you're friends. You're good colleagues, but it's not about being friends. So you're doing the work, yes, but of course, if there's something that you wanted to talk to, you can always talk to them. They can really be nice. There are some friends that, at least colleagues that I'm becoming friends now. Pero very minimal yun. So, sa mga tao na pupunta dito, you really have to, you cannot see the same work culture sa Pilipinas na kaopisina mo na, pamilya niya, kilala mo na, pinsali niya, kilala mo na. Iba.
Kasi warm talaga as in, lahat-lahat, no?
Yeah. Parang kahit wala siya doon sa bahay, pwede mong pumunta, di ba? And it's something also about yung culture differences nga, yung kape-kape after work. O, alam mo, magla-lunch, tara, kape tayo, grupo-grupo. No, not, pero naman, pero in very, lang, yung percentage, napakaliit. And then, yung dito ko natutunan, of course, even before naman, alam kong ano yung gusto ko, mag-aasa. Pero dito talaga na-establish. If you want something, if you need something, ask. Let your voice heard, parang gano'n. There's no wrong questions. Kasi dito, nung paglipat ko dito, smart nila, very dignified magsalita, parang gano'n. Sabi ko, hala, paano ako magka-catch up dito sa mga. Tapos before, sa Pilipinas, matanong mo lang, question ka lang ng question, hindi ka nag-iisip. Pagdating dito, lahat ng tanong ko pinag-iisipan. Doon ako parang nababother. Sabi ko, parang nawawala na ako. Nawawala yung self-identity ko. Promise, na-wash out siya. Kasi yun pala, di naman to scientifically or parang feeling ko yun yung epekto nung culture. Kasi parang dumating ako sa point na tinitingnan ko sila paano magsalita. Ang gagaling nila, parang gusto mong kopyahin. Kasi di ba parang, ay, ang tatas. Parang kahit simpleng linya, parang napaka-smart ng datingan. Parang ganyan. Then parang, few years yun. Yung parang pinag-iisipan mo yun, kung ano sasabihin mo. At one point, parang gusto mong gayahin yung isa kasi parang ang galing-galing. Kasi gusto mong mag-in dun sa sistema eh. Yung sistema na ikaw ang mag-a-adapt, ikaw ang magbe-blend eh. Then sabi ko, ano. Kaso nga lang, every time na ganun, parang lagi kong pinag-iisipan ko pa, ano pa yung sasabihin ko. Then, doon ko na-realize na you don't need to copy. Pero proseso yun, in a way. Proseso yun in a way na dadating ka sa point na marirealize mo, why do you need to copy? Pero dadating ka doon sa point na yun because na-regain mo na yung sarili mo eh. So, yung uniqueness mo, na ulit yung lumalabas. So, doon sa mga tao na probably may pinagdadaanan na ganun, gusto mo mag-blend ka, gusto mo in ka agad, no. Let yung work mo speak up for you. Parang ma-recognize ka. Although, syempre, kung kailangan magsalita ka, pipilitin mo eh, kasi kailangan eh. Pero, talking about your own uniqueness, yung self-identity mo, eventually, you can regain that. Basta, practice lang ng practice, and eventually, because yung self-confidence comes with the experience eh. So, kapag na-experience ka na, tama ba? Na-experience ka na. Dadating
May
yung point na,
experience ka na.
dadating yung point na, natural na lalabas. So, yung deadma ka na, yung sariling ikaw mo na yung lalabas. So, yun lang, yung mga, at least work-wise Kasi sa mga tao, iba pa rin naman kasi, still a struggle for me yung socializing dito. Kasi, limited yung time, you're working 5 days a week, umaga, gabi, hindi ka naman makakalabas. So, you only have the weekend to clean the house, gagawin mo yung mga gawaing bahay, ganyan. But we're working on it, sa socializing part. And Dutch language, still in progress. I need to be honest about it.
To be fluent pa.
Fluent pa. Far from fluent. Pero,
At
yun
least,
talaga.
you're trying.
Yes. Yun naman talaga. So, parang, siguro parehas tayo. Pag merong bagay na alam ko kailangan gawin, dapat may gawin ako in a way. Hindi ako matatahimik kapag wala akong ginawa.
True.
Then again, in the end, if mag-fail or again, mag-succeed ka, panalo ka pa rin. Hindi ka uuwing luhaan. Di ba? So, yun lang naman ang ko eh.
So, ate, speaking of hindi ka uuwing luhaan, or laki kanina na sabi mo yung wala kang talo, yung mga ganong term mo. This year na it seems na madaming natalo, it seems na ang daming nangyari, but still, I believe personally, I believe na hindi pa rin tayo talo. We still gained a lot of experience and life lessons for you. for 2020, ang daming nangyari. What is your
Ang
takeaway
dami
or
nangyari.
lesson that you've learned?
Yeah. What I was telling you earlier, it's kahit kahit anong mga pangyayari, you always have something to take. Parang gano'n. Pwedeng material na bagay, pwedeng experiences or whatever. So again, in this pandemic, there's realization. Yung realization lang na I think yung the past few years masyado ewan ko hindi naman siguro lahat ng tao masyado ng focus sa material eh. Alam mo yun? Like, again, this year, yung thought ng pandemic, there's lahat nga sabi ko sa'yo, lahat ng bagay na nakapaligid sa'yo, variables yun. So you really have to be establish yourself sa loob. Pero minsan kasi sa mga variables na to, napakadami nila. Minsan nalilimutan natin kung ano ba talaga, bakit, ano yung why ng buhay mo. Ano nga yung sinasabi ko sa Insta. Then you're coming back to the basic. Lahat ng mga, halimbawa, material na bagay, mapapalitan naman yan. What's there is your family, your relationship to the people, tsaka yung acceptance ng mga pangyayari na everything could just change in the blink of an eye. Parang gano'n. So, you have to go back sa sarili mo. Kung gaano ka katatag, let's say. And then the acceptance ng mga bagay-bagay. And this is something that I've realized. Yung let's say, yung lesson. Like, remember when Lola got sick for yung sa kidney.
Oo.
Like, dahil pandemic, kahit sabihin mo gusto mong umuwi, may pambili ka ng ticket, the situation doesn't allow you. So, it's not just about money, not about it. Of course, it's always handy to have it. But, hindi doon natatapos ang bagay-bagay. Napakalimitado ng pera. So, lang. And, going back to the question, anong natutunan? Yeah, that's a good question for myself as well. And that's something that I've learned. Because when we were talking, Leo and I, like, I think few weeks ago, we were sitting on a coffee. Because Leo and I normally do that. Yung mga kwentong buhay-buhay, parang ganito. It's very helpful. Pag mag-aasawa ka, gawin mo. Kasi, hindi lang labing-labing. Dapat na meron din kayong yung light talk, parang gano'n. Anong mga plano namin, ganito. And then at one point, we were talking, I felt like everything just put on hold this year. Like, personally, alam mo yung pinagdaanan namin na. Tapos yung mga pangyayari, meron kang plan sa buhay, lahat na bago, ganyan. Lahat na stop, lahat na put on hold, and you don't know when it's gonna resume. Yet, until now, hindi natin alam. But, that's something that you still have the power to do something. Hindi naman total zero na wala kang pwedeng gawin. Of course, for me, like, for example, that interior design, I've been wanting to do that for how many years? Wala lang akong kapasidad. Wala pa akong pondo, let's say. And I don't have the time to do it. I'm so busy with some other things. But that's something that I really want to do for myself. It's not about the company or I wanna to be on a position in a company that no, it's not about it. That's something that I made clear during my interview with my manager. Kasi sinabi ko yun na gusto ko ng ganito, ganyan. Na yun yung I have the capacity to turn the tide somehow. Meron ka pa rin capacity. You're not total zero. Ano ka, dead? Just the mere pa kung na humihinga ka, na-appreciate mo pa yung mga bagay-bagay. Tayo, do something na hindi na may ibig sabihin na maswerte na kahit pa paano meron pa akong kapasidad na gawin to. But my point is, meron kang kapasidad to do something. I want something at least moving. At least there's something that I'm looking forward to, like going to the school every Thursday, meeting these people. So you still have the capacity. You're not totally zero. Not unless you're dead, then you're done. But not this point yet. you still have it. Gets?
Ang ganda nun, ang ganda
So,
nun. When you said na, as long as you have the chance or the capacity to do something about, alam mo yun, about life, unless you're dead, you cannot really do anything about it. Pero, hindi ka zero. So, you can still do something sa
yeah,
mga bagay-bagay. Kasi siguro,
bagay-bagay.
if yung mga tao ngayon na nakikinig or makikinig ng episode natin, there are people who would feel na they cannot do anything about their life or they cannot
Mhm.
do anything to help their loved ones, lalo na ang daming nangyaring
Mhm.
ganap,
Mhm.
di ba? And hearing this from you, they would know na they can still do something. Kahit kaunti
Yeah,
lang, kahit
kahit
ano lang,
kaunti.
maliit na bagay lang.
Baby steps. It doesn't have to be drastic one. Just, kasi what you feed your mind is yun yung nakukuha mo. So kung
True.
ang halimbawa ang utak mo, of course, hindi ko masisisi yung iba na at a certain point talagang down na down ka. That's true. Because I've been on that part. You have to have this time para sa sarili mo din. Kasi sabi ko nga sa'yo, proseso eh. Tao ka lang naman. Hindi naman lagi kang strong. So you really have to undergo that phase, let's say. Pero sabi nga sa phase, dapat phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. Parang course lang yan eh. Sa una basic, pangalawa intermediate, then the third one is yun na yung mga pambongga, di ba? So it has to be like that as well. Hindi ka naman pwedeng ma-stuck sa phase 1. Dapat move forward. So little by little, I don't know, it's up to you how long. Depende sa tao yan. Hindi naman pwedeng, ay, sa akin mabilis, sa kanya ang bagal, na-stuck na siya. No. Maybe that's her process. But for that person, she needs to be aware or he needs to be aware as well that this is just a phase. This is not something that stays, let's say. So, yun din yun, yung realization ng gano'n na you have to be kind to yourself. Yun naman. That's another thing. So, refocus and then give it to yourself. Sabi ko nga dun sa ano, na i-love mo yung sarili mo. Like, and part of loving yourself is yung wag masyadong toxic yung utak. You have to let go and let flow. That's my to go to motto. When there's something that's beyond my control, like parang wala naman akong magawa, hindi lahat ng bagay may magagawa ka, di ba? Let go and let flow. It really helps. Like yung energy na anong toxic or negativity na masyadong nag-stay sa utak. You don't have to have it in your mind for long. I-let go mo yan and let God. Let
Let
go,
go
let
and let
and let
God.
God. Yeah.
Yes.
You have to trust, And
Mm-mm.
I'm telling you, that's really proven, Rhea. Sabi ko sa'yo,
Totoo naman.
pag meron kang mga hassle-hassle na parang, isip ka ng isip, wala kang, parang lahat naman ng paraan nagawa mo na, pero bakit parang burden na burden ka? You have to let go, let flow, and let God. That's my life.
Guys, let
Sabi
go,
kong
let flow, and
kaachichuhan,
let
no?
God. O, diba? Now, ate, hindi mo lang namamalayan, pero we've been talking for nearly an hour. And
Ah,
before before I let you go, I always have this
let you
very
go.
special question. Kasi alam kong may
Uh-huh.
lakad ka pa, pabinyag kang
Oh,
pupuntahan.
yeah. Oh,
Uh, I have a list of questions on my baul. Wow, baul. On my
food.
imaginary baul. And I picked a question for each guest every
Mhm.
episode. So here's my question to you. If you would have the chance, and I think this is the chance, that you can give an advice to the younger Nomel, what advice would that
For my younger me, let's say, my childhood wasn't that easy. And if I have to tell myself or advise myself, then just keep going. It's always the case. Keep going, and you don't have any ways to change yung mga bagay-bagay probably nasa paligid mo. Yung people na yung actions nila. You cannot change that at all. But the way you take those things and how you keep going, and how will you react on that, and that's the best. So yeah, keep up the good work then. I think I'm such a positive person. I get sad as well, but yeah. And it's a hard question, Ray, because what I was telling you, I didn't, I don't have that. I had a hard childhood, but if I have to say, oh, you know, those superficial advice, no, there's no way to change it. Just keep going, and the way you react, think about it, something like that gonna really uh, yung kakain ng utak mo, yung mako-contaminate ng utak mo, then don't don't pick it up. But those that you can learn from it, you can be inspired of it, aspired, motivate. Yeah, take it all and just keep moving.
That is so nice. Thank you, ate. So, ayan ha. Let's go, let's flow, and let God, and keep going. Ang daming quotable quotes from you this episode. And,
And
thank
proseso lang yan. Proseso
totoo.
lang yan.
Ano na naman to lifelong journey. Kaya nga unfinished yung, nakwento ko na ba sa yung background nitong bakit unfinished? Kasi unfinished because this is a song from Mandisa na pag pinakinggan mo siya, this is a song from Mandisa, it says na we are all unfinished. We are all work in progress.
Yeah,
So,
work in progress always.
So, yun yung background nitong to. Kaya, these are interviews din with people who are in their journey of improving themselves.
Thank you for listening. Don't forget to follow our podcast on Spotify, and shameless plug for our ventures Yummy Habit PH, Mama Luke's Anliligaw, The Fat Bombs. Just look them up on Instagram and Facebook. Till our next episode, always remember, we are stronger together.